Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
From Irving High School, it's the ICTN Game of the Week, District 9 6A Boys High School Basketball. The Nimitz Vikings against the Irving Tigers. Hi, everybody. Rob Willman with you, along with G.W. Melton courtside, waiting for the introductions of both teams. They come in here pretty much identical in records and pretty close to the way they've been playing ball this year. You take a look at 9-6A. Skyline 2-0. Not a dominating 2-0, but 2-0 in district, along with Jesuit and Irving MacArthur. Even at one apiece is Irving and W.T. White, the Longhorns. Nimitz pretty much in a must-win game tonight at 0-2, Turner and Sunset rounding out the bottom of this District 9 6A. They are now introducing the starters for tonight's game. We've had some PA issues, and the gentleman who always does the starting lineups is doing a cappella tonight without the microphone. But for Nimitz in the backcourt, Jared Jenkins, watch him, the junior, along with Terry Smith. Both Scots getting the starting nod tonight, which is a little different from the last time we had him on ICTN, both Michael and Delonte. And Quentin Thomas, the senior guard, number 22, rounding out the starting five for Irving. For Nimitz. On the Irving side, Cooks, Whitmore, Daniel Allen, Perla, your starting four, and then Kevon Thomas, who's had a hot hand of late. Kevon wearing number 10, just like he did in football, and playing guard. As you take a look at head coach Steve Perry, they're just walking out of frame for the Irving Tigers right there, and he will go against Joel Donaldson for Nimitz. Right in the middle. Talked to Coach Donaldson before the ball game, telling me, look, we've got to win this one. You know, you don't want to start in a hole 0-3, and it's time to bring in G.W. Melton a little bit, Coach. And let's talk about these matchups. As a coach, when you were coaching at Nimitz, were you more nervous than the kids, or did you feel like, you felt there was more on the line, peer-wise amongst your fellow coaches?
Oh, yeah, it was always fun coaching against whoever the Irving coach was at the time. And we looked at it as fun rivalries. The kids really enjoyed it. They knew each other. They liked to play each other, and they liked to, rag on each other all the time. And a game like tonight with Nimitz being 0-2, it's a real important game for them. You don't want to start out 0-3. Most people may say, well, they played the top two teams, and that may be true. But you still don't want to lose that third ball game, because then people start wondering, okay, can they win? Irving's coming in 1-1. It's important to them, to win the intercity rivalry and, to go that, 2-1 to be on a little upside. Sounds like we got the PA working now.
Yeah, you can hear it, can't you?
Yeah.
Coach Donaldson telling me before the ball game, he said, in all honesty, he felt like he should have won both of those two games to start off the district season. He lost to Jesuit and to Skyline. Now, he lost to Skyline by just 2 points, 33-31. Lost to Jesuit by 12, but it was close all the way toward the end. He said his guys, they got to start making free throws. He said he has not been around a group of guys that have struggled so much from the free throw line. And as a former coach, how do you approach something like that?
Yeah, it's a lot mental on free throws. And, sometimes you work free throws, work free throws. And then other times you just say, okay, let's forget about them, and we'll go on. And things, they start turning around sometimes. It's one of those fine balance things. You never know which way it's going to fall. And a kid gets in their mind that they can't make them, and, they can't. And after a while, they start thinking about, start worrying about it too much. But hopefully they'll start settling down and realize it's what it is. It's just a free throw.
These games have come down right to the final shot here at Irving on ICTN the last couple of years, and we could have the same thing here tonight. So the Vikings win the control of the tap, and Jenkins goes over to Scott. Scott way outside to the top of the key, and Jenkins will fake the drive, the head fake, and has that one partially blocked, but a foul will also be called on number 3, Daniel Allen, the 5'11 junior, in the act of shooting.
Going right away, challenge him. That's good. Take it in. He had a man to dish out on the side, and he pulled up and shot his jump shot.
Got him on the hand as he went up to make the shot, so he will go to the free throw line. And look how early we talk about free throws. We didn't even get a minute into the ball game, and that one just falls out.
Yeah, didn't get a good roll on that one. That could have, set a good tone for you if you get that first in the fall.
Leading the team in points, almost 14 a ball game, and 5 assists for the 6'1 junior, Jared Jenkins. Next shot on the way is good, so 1 out of 2, and trust me, they'll take 50% the way they've been playing early in the year.
Oh, yeah. Come back. You got a little positive taste in your mouth right there, okay? Hey, I got one to fall. The first one just bounced out, so, hey, we'll get the rest of them to fall.
Kevon double-teamed and very wisely knocks that one off the Viking as Nimitz applying the full-court press early in the ball game. Back come Irving, and a long shot is missed by Whitmore and rebounded by Jenkins. And Jenkins is going to be pushed in again by Whitmore.
Seeing the pressure.
Yeah.
Both sides tonight. Seeing the pressure. That's good. You're going to make it for a fast ball game.
So 2 quick fouls very quickly against the Irving Tigers. The inbound pass to Jenkins, and Jenkins running the offense from the point against Allen. Scott trying to feed it over in the far corner, can't hit it. Ball is knocked away. Press broken very easily that time. And the little runner not there and knocked out of bounds as Perla did a nice job there defensively. DeQuinn Thomas wearing number 21 tonight for Nimitz. On the baseline. Did he touch the baseline?
Yeah,
I believe so. Not a good start for Allen. And a turnover.
That's good defense, forcing him to the side, to the end there, and just didn't have any room to go.
Again, Jenkins over the timeline over to Smith. Smith likes to work that right wing. Michael Scott to the hoop. Strong move. Michael with 2 points. And an early 3-0 Viking lead. Again, a double team in the far corner. This time, a foul will be called, and it will be against DeQuinn Thomas, number 21.
And they was taking advantage of their size right there, penetrating and putting over them. It's good to have 2'6" guys sitting inside for you.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the other team to work their magic inside, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Especially for Perla. Perla, they say he's 6'3". I don't know if he's that tall. Maybe the Scots are bigger than 6'5".
Could be.
Thomas, top of the key, missed. Both the Scots go high for it. And Brother Michael's the one that ends up with it over to Lante. Got a foul called. And do you feel here in the early go, they're really keeping a close watch on the fouls. They're really calling it close.
Yeah, calling it close. And, you'll see if they start backing off a little bit.
Davalos comes in. Allen checks out. This is how these games usually start. They start a little lethargic, and then somebody gets a hot hand, and they kind of go back and forth that way throughout the ball game. 3-corner side pocket missed. Rebound and a foul as Thomas is hacked on the arm after the offensive rebound. That appears to be against Cooks, number 1.
Yeah, Nimitz has a little bit more size inside. They got the rebound there, and then the kid had nothing else to do but foul him. He's trying to put it back up.
The lefty is good. Averaging about 8 points a ball game, 4 rebounds. 6'3" senior. So they keep with that 1 out of 2. So they're 2 out of 4 from the free throw line here in the early go. Cooks tried to get that one across the middle, had it blocked, picked up by Whitmore. Back to Cooks. Cooks with the drive, gets his own rebound, kicks it back out. Head fake. Shot from the corner, not there. Perla with the rebound. Nowhere to go. Cooks a quick delivery and count it.
Perla used his size there, his width to screen out and get that rebound. And, he's going to be tough to block out inside.
Thomas missed. Ball is loose, and picking it up is Davalos. Players getting stomped on a little bit. Here we go. Kevon. Count it. Thomas with a little stutter step. And the scoop, the hoop and the harm. And he'll try for the three-point play. Smith pleading his case with one of the officials about being stepped on during that whole transitional moment there. Delonte kicks it out to Michael. Michael has no one on him. Head fakes Perla. Power move. Cooks can't get it. Nice rebound by Jenkins. He's not there, but there's Scott with the putback.
Nimitz is doing a real good job on the offensive boards. And, Irving's got to block them out a little further out because they've got the size advantage on them. If they don't do that, they're going to be in deep trouble.
Well, let's see how many times they have the opportunity. There's Jenkins with the miss, and there is Michael with the follow-up. Michael now looking for 5 points, and he does have 5 here in the first quarter of play. (7-5), close ball game. Early go, first quarter of this District 9-6A showdown. Must win for the Vikings, losing their first 2. And a couple more substitutions. Williams and Diaz coming in. Cooks and Perla taking a seat, both for the Irving Tigers. Inbound to Thomas. Thomas will run the offense. Makes another move to the hoop and draws yet another foul. So unless something changes and these players adjust, GW, I think we're going to see a lot of free throws tonight.
Looks that way. And this is twice he's driven to the basket and got a shot off. First time he scored, this time he didn't, but he still continues on, and he gets that second shot.
It's the front end of that 2-shot foul. Chaco, number 20, coming in for the Vikings, for Coach Donaldson's group. He's got a core of about 8 guys that he will shuffle in and out. Thomas missed them both. The ball, though, pops right in the hands of Davalos. And a rebound and a foul offensively against number 33, which is Williams.
Now, both Perla and Davalos use their size real well. They're big kids, not overly tall, but they're strong and stout, and those guys are hard to block out.
Coach Perry using his first timeout almost midway through the first quarter of play. Just a few streaks where we've really seen these guys able to go up and down the court without a whistle being called. Look at the series, and you can see that Nimitz winning 5 of the last 6 back in 2012, but 2011, 2010 dominated by these Irving Tigers.
Yeah, most of these have been pretty close ball games, and that's good. That's what you like to see. 2 teams, good teams get after it, and go hard against each other.
What do you think Coach Perry was trying to get accomplished in that timeout?
Well, first of all, he was talking to the official. So I don't know what he was trying to get the officials to think about, but that was what his main concern was at the beginning of the timeout. So he might have been trying to get the officials to kind of see his way on some things.
Does that ever work?
Usually not. It makes you feel better, though, a little bit.
Get it off your chest?
Yeah.
Jenkins with choice on him, and Jenkins drives the paint. And another foul. Coach Perry off the bench talking to Davalos about something defensively he wasn't happy with.
I want him to get over there in front of that guy a little quicker. And sometimes when you're arguing with referees, you know, the parents start thinking, okay, at least coach is trying. Coach is doing something.
A PR move, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Jenkins, fourth time now with an attempt at the free throw line. And pretty much like everyone tonight, about up 50%. Yep. Back the other way. Is it a charge or offensive goaltending? It's a charge. Watch the replay, and it's Thomas again, this time from the other side. Coming across, I believe, was it Chaco, that number 20, that was drawing the charge. Otherwise, I think we might have had an offensive or goaltending on the defensive side. But a charge nonetheless. Nimitz moving, a no-look pass.
Oh, miss it down.
And Scott with the missed slam, but he is fouled by number 33, Bailey Williams. Oh, yeah, the no-looker. Got him on the arm from behind. It was Thomas, number 10, it appears, that hit him on the arm. And Michael goes to the free throw line. Little flash and dash. That was a cool pass, by the way.
That was a good job getting the right condition off.
Allen coming back in. Now Thomas will take a breather. Michael Thomas makes the second. Now with 6 points. 6 of the 9 points here in the first quarter.
That's a dangerous pass, that cross-court pass. Nimitz could have picked that off.
Williams with a nice throw over. Back the other way, Scott with the miss. Davalos. Allen to Williams. Back in the corner. The fadeaway by Diaz is missed. Delonte Scott loses it. Back come the Tigers. Bounce pass. Yep. Missed under there, and some bodies flying and elbows throwing, and the Vikings come back with it. Going the distance. Do you count it? No. I believe we got an offensive foul charged against Smith, number 3.
What did he?
Let's go to the other end and watch the block, Coach.
Yeah, he tipped it. I believe he tipped it. Got just a little bit, just enough up to change his path.
Yep, big arms, big height. That'll do it. Closing in on 2.5 minutes of the first quarter. 2-point game. Nimitz by a deuce. Got another foul. Chaco, number 20, the 6'3" senior. Called with that one. Not a lot of breathing room for these teams to move the ball down without a whistle being blown. This shot by Davalos. Vikings move it. Delonte Scott between his legs, kicks it back out to Chaco.
Yeah, Irving's doing a good job of staying close to him. You know, to me, Nimitz is outplaying him right now just by the size. But it's just not getting some things to fall for him.
Yeah, it doesn't translate into a big lead, does it?
And Irving should be glad to be right here right now.
Michael kicks it out to the top. Smith to Chaco. Jenkins goes to the hoop, draws the foul. He was double teamed. Choice, one of 2 Tigers over the 6'1" junior.
Now he's getting 2 shots on this one, but that's going to put him in the double bonus for the rest of the half, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And you really don't want to see that as a coach.
Missed the first one, hit the front iron and bounced out. Off the bench is Leyva, number 23. Jared with his 6th attempt, 3 out of 6 from the free throw line. 144 and counting.
So Irving staying close by only giving them 1 point. When they shoot the free throws, getting 1 out of the 2 instead of getting a bucket.
Ball is loose. Jenkins lost the handle. Leyva picks it up over to Williams. Williams going the distance, blocked by Scott. Michael just waited. Michael 6'5", Williams 6'3".
He did a good job of staying in his position, not giving him all the way, and then going up and making the block.
The block without the physical contact.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Inbound pass way out to Choice. Choice, a long three-pointer. Chaco with the rebound.
I don't know if Coach Perry is too happy with that shot.
No, he might have been too busy talking to another player at the time to see it. Lucky for Choice at the time. Around the horn they work it to Smith. Double do, dipsy do, follow up. Missed by Delonte. Here come the Tigers. Ball is loose. Allen holds up and gives to Choice. You see the time there on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Tigers going to let the air out of it a little bit here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to play for the last shot.
Possession arrow on their side. Allen moving over. Kicks it in the corner. Davalos for 3, back iron and a whistle. And Coach Donaldson's like, you gotta be kidding me. I believe it was after or away from the shot.
I think it's away from the shot.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out where it was.
No, someone on the baseline. Meanwhile, Delonte will take a breather.
And Irving will be in the bonus next foul.
11 and a half seconds left. Leyva drives, kicks to Williams. In and out. Scott with the rebound. Shot at the buzzer. Close, just like the score. 10-7, Vikings on top. We'll take a break and be back in a minute. Yep, that adds up. All right, welcome back, everyone. Close ball game amongst these district foes. We'll have another matchup next week on ICTN girls ball. Nimitz travels to MacArthur. As you take a look at the replay times right here on ICTN. Hope you can join us for that one next week. All right, second quarter action. We'll see how the coaches adjust. After that first quarter, moments of brilliance and just otherwise just a lot of fouls. Had some good D by Nimitz. And you had Irving really just hanging in there, playing scrappy.
Yeah, I think, Coach Perry, I think should be happy that he's this close. They're really outplayed. They just weren't outscored.
Coach Donaldson going with a smaller lineup. Got Wright in there now, number 10. Fade away from the corner, and that is good by Allen. And they finally get a three-pointer to fall.
Tie the ball game.
And surprise, surprise, we're knotted up at 10 apiece. Early on here in the second quarter of play. Jenkins, Chaka in, one of the Scott boys. Also in the corner for 3 is Smith. His first three-pointer of the ball game. One of the players appears to be hurt, Jenkins. going off the sideline a little gingerly. And we have a quick timeout. It's either an injury timeout or a timeout called by Nimitz, but maybe they're debating whether that was a 2 or a 3, Coach. Let's watch it again. He is definitely behind the arch.
Oh, yeah, he's well behind the arch. I don't know. I don't know if Coach Dawson is concerned about not being a 3 or one of his players being hurt.
Yeah, you can see Coach Donaldson say, hey, you got the hand up for the 3. You could see where the feet were located.
He was well outside.
Yeah. Now the 2 officials are bringing another over to confer. Smith had a really hot hand the last time we saw him on ICTN against Midlothian. And that was like a 4-pointer from there. The little dipsy-do, they were falling everywhere for Mr. Smith. Again, left alone, top of the key. Season high, 22 points against the Midlothian Panthers. So is it a 2 or a 3?
I think they still gave it as a 2. As a coach, you have to be careful here not to argue too much. You
right.
Let them know that you're not happy about it, but if you go too far, you might get a technical foul.
Well, I guess it's going to stay at a 2, so I will erase that out of my book and give Terry a 2. Boy, if it comes back to a 1-point ball game, you don't want to really see that, do you?
No.
Makeup foul, don't know, but Allen called right there.
It was a foul, but, you kind of question when it's that quick.
Allen will go sit down. And Whitmore back in for the Tigers. Oh, what would be a rivalry like this without a full house and some sort of controversy along the way?
You got to have some questionable calls.
Oh, sure. It's a package deal. Scott left alone. Got it.
If you've got a big man can hit that turnaround shot right there, you're pretty good. Because then you got to come out and play on him tough. If you do that, he's going to drive and hurt you that way.
14-10. Vikings. Top of the key, missed. Scott might have got away from an over-the-back call. Been a tough game for Davalos. He averages about 7 a ball game, but he is yet to find the shooting range from the perimeter for Irving. That one being called out on Scott. And Davalos lost the handle.
Irving had a man wide open inside. He just didn't see him. Picked and then came down. He's wide open. Threw to the outside. And he was telling the guy that put the ball out of bounds about it.
Like, don't throw to me. Jenkins back in. Double team gives to Smith. So Smith and Jenkins running the backcourt. Around a couple of players, and choice is going to be called for the personal foul.
Again, now they're going to step to the free throw line, shoot 2 shots every time.
Smith didn't know if it was his turn to shoot the free throw.
Maybe they just didn't want to step up there, so you go ahead and shoot it.
Yeah. Well, Jenkins took off and went in the opposite direction, so.
So that won't be close.
Yeah. Smith goes to the line by default. Thomas back in for Irving High.
Right. You just have to have that mentality. You're going to step up there and hit them. That's going to fall in.
Well, it's a 5-point Viking lead. As Coach Perry continues to juggle that lineup for Irving High. Trying to find the 5 that will work their magic. Davalos is having a rough night from the field. Can't get that one to go either.
Just can't get the foul. Not a bad little move.
Nope. The lefty is in. Are they going to call a charge? And they will. Jenkins called for the charge.
Here comes the replay.
Not a bad call. Diaz was there. I just feel like it's a team full of racehorses, and right now no one can get out of the gates. Davalos finally hits a jumper.
Yeah, Irving's getting some shots. They're just not following.
Fade away by Smith. Thomas rebounds. Right all over him, and then he backs up. Thomas, there's that move again to the hoop with the left hand. Thomas.
Step over and stop him for Nimitz.
Yeah, he is definitely the quickest out there for Irving High School. Going to the rim. It's a 1-point game. Wright feeds in the corner. Chaka for three. No. Williams fights for it. Chaka just steals it right from him. Feed in the corner, off the window, missed by Smith, but he gets it back. Smith, the lefty, cross court to Wright. Wright, fade away in the corner, short, and Williams has the rebound. Quickly they go, hit it to the near side to Leyva. Leyva telling his teammates what direction to go to. Wright goes full circle and has it blocked by Chaka, then stolen right back. Ball is loose, and Davalos ends up with it. And Kevon says, give it to me. I'll make the moves count. Oh, what a move. Missed it. Would have been pretty if it went in.
Scott did a good job stepping over there and making him alter that shot.
Smith, count it. Smith looking for someone to throw it to, and he decides just to take it the distance, and Davalos reached across. Hit him on the arm. Coming in is number 21, Thomas. Smith can't get the three-point play, but he gets his own rebound.
Nimitz is getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Irving's got to limit that.
Kick out. Cooks is now back in the lineup. Oh, nice hustle. It goes out of bounds, but great hustle by Perla.
I like Perla. He gets after it. He works hard to offensive end. He's the kind of player I'd like to have.
Not afraid to get the uniform dirty, as they say in baseball.
Get down there and get that thing.
3 minutes before the break. It was 10-7 after the first quarter. Not a lot of momentum shifts in this game. This is like a couple of heavyweight prize fighters just kind of jabbing at each other, waiting for someone to land the punch.
Somebody connects up.
Yeah. Another offensive foul, I guess.
Yep.
I was blocked off from this side, but
call the char.
Terry Smith couldn't believe it. Watch, right. That was Davalos taking one for the team.
We've seen a lot of those tonight.
Yep. You can't leave your feet tonight. I mean, if you do, there's a good chance you're going to get called for a foul. Thomas, the fadeaway. Nice. Thomas with 7. Tigers have cut it to 1. Thomas had 13 against Turner in their win against R.L. Turner last time out. In fact, they had 3 Tigers in double figures. Nice little soft touch, miss. There's Chaka. Boy, that guy's hustling. The putback, count it.
Irving's got to limit Nimitz's offensive rebounds.
Chaco is kind of like the answer to Perla for the Tigers. He's just everywhere.
He's there.
Nice little follow-up. And the 2 points.
And that's twice that I've seen him get his own shot, his own rebound. And you've got to block the shooter out no matter where. Because he has a better sense of where that ball is going to come off of than anybody else does. He can feel it when he lets it go. He knows where it's going to go.
Sampson with the free throw, so he connects on a rare 3-point play when it comes to making a field goal and a free throw. So it's a 4-point Viking lead.
And it's in a little zone.
Buck and a half to go before the break. Nimitz is saying, okay, you want to drive on us, then you're going to have to go through a couple extra players to do so. We're just going to say, try your hand at the jump shot.
Yeah, they're taking a while to get set up. Here's what they want to run against it.
I guess as an offense, when you see something you're not used to, it takes you a while to kind of adjust. Thomas has it blocked away, but there's Perla. Perla gives to right, blocked by Chaka. Bounce pass, far side, Jenkins to the hoop.
Does a good job of penetrating.
Davalos is cut off by Michael Scott. So they go back to Thomas. He's your playmaker if you're a Tiger fan. He's the guy you want with the basketball. And he does have a good move to the hoop.
Isn't this the biggest lead so far?
Yeah, 6 points.
Yeah.
I believe the Tigers are willing to just let this thing wind down as far as possible.
Yeah, let's either go in down 6 or down 3 or and then that's what you don't want to happen.
Jenkins comes up on him. I don't think Kevon was ready for that.
No, I just probably kind of scared him a little bit. And
yeah, made him jump.
Didn't react properly.
Thomas sits down. Whitmore comes back in for Irving. Smith will inbound. You know he's going to try to hit Jenkins, but he's double teamed still. Works away from that double team, and now it will be the Vikings with the last shot before the half. Jenkins, a little drive, missed it. Davalos streaking, gets it, and the shot will be too late. So we have finished a half of basketball at Irving High. Right now, the Vikings on top of Irving, 22-16. We'll be back with some highlight stats in the third quarter in a moment. Stay with us. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime break, third quarter about to start. Vikings up 22-16. First half highlights and low score. That means you had some good defense to play, and Michael Scott, part of that reason there with the block, alters the shot of Thomas right there, and then with the follow-up and 2 points with the offensive board early on. And then from the outside corner is Smith. They called it a 2, but should have been a three-pointer. Meanwhile, on the other end, Thomas showing his moves and quickness, going through 3 players for 2 points, and then pulls back with the jump shot there to get 2 of his 7 points in the first half. Look at the scores. Michael Scott with 8, Jared Jenkins with 5, along with Terry Smith. Chaco with 3. That was a 3-point play, and Quentin Thomas with the basket. And for the Tigers, Kevon with 7, Daniel Allen 3, Cooks, Davalos, and Diaz each with 2 points each. Real quickly, Coach, what do you look for here in the second half?
Well, you know, Irving, again, has to be happy that they stayed fairly close to him. And, you know, Irving's going to keep it up. So you probably said we have to block out better. We got to keep them off the boards, keep challenging them inside, be ready to dish when the big man steps over and takes you. It should be a good ball game here in the second half.
All right, the Vikings moving left to right in the traveling uniforms. Purple trimmed with white. But the ball is to Quentin Thomas. He kicks out to Jenkins. Jenkins working on choice. He's getting the starting nod here in the second half. Michael Scott over to Smith, and Terry lost the handle of that one, so the first turnover of the second half.
That's not the way you want to start out your
No.
offense in the half, is throwing the ball away.
So we have Choice and Kevon in the backcourt for Irving. Perla, number 4. Cooks also in there, and Davalos, your 5. Davalos, a little runner. Pushed a little too hard. Cooks tried offensively, and I believe he's going to be called. Or is it Scott called with the foul?
Couldn't see which one it was.
Might have been Delonte. Don't know. Yep, Delonte, number 11 with the foul.
These first possessions of both teams have been a little bit more slow paced than the whole first half was.
Davalos works free, in and out. Scott, Perla both battle. Vikings come down with it. The hoop, counted by Jenkins, and he'll go to the free throw line.
It's a good job running the floor on a break. When he comes, good dish, and he's just on side and penetrates.
Choice hacked him from behind. Choice will sit down very quickly, and Leyva will now come in. Leyva had a few minutes logged in the first half.
It's hard to stop a break when the guy stays wide. It's hard to stop the penetration and then go over and get that guy the ball.
Kind of an angle thing, huh?
Yeah, in most cases you're going to foul him, or he's going to beat you to the basket and get the shot off.
So it's a biggest lead, 9-point lead by Nimitz in this ball game. Still too early, ball's kicked away. Tigers will keep possession. Coach Perry looking perplexed, trying to figure out what to do next. As Tigers come in at 1-1, the Vikings 0-2. We talked about the pressure of Coach Donaldson's group not wanting to go 0-3 this early in the district year. They'll get Skyline at Nimitz for the second half of the season. Kevon with the jumper. He now has 9 points.
Irving did a good job working the ball there, patient, and got a wide open shot. Good job hitting it. That's what they have to do. They have to be patient. They have to take the good shot and hit them. And defense-wise, they got to keep Nimitz off the boards and limit them to the second shot.
Smith, second time he's done that with the drive in the ball game. The lanes are opening up, it seems, a little for Nimitz.
That's another thing Irving has to do. You can't let him get to the rim.
Cooks, a little quick release, good. Nicely done, Markel. Back to 7. Markel with a very quick release once he gets it. Jenkins with the drive follow-up. Delonte with his first 2 points of the ball game. Talk about those boards again, Coach.
Very important. Keep them off the board and get them to miss that first shot and then get it and go. But you give the big man a chance to get that ball inside. He's going to score most of them.
Davalos, a little off-balance shot. Only gets one. Delonte kicks over to Jenkins. Jenkins pulls back for 3. And goes right to the hands of Kevon Thomas. Tigers push it up. Davalos with that little half-step shot. Just a rough night for him. Under 5 here in the third quarter. Not a high-scoring game. But it's whoever scores the most at the end, no matter how many you score.
That's all that matters is at the end.
With a 3-pointer miss, Delonte, nice rebound. Holding up high, he wants the shot. Power move and in. So back-to-back 2-pointers by Delonte, who's been averaging close to 9 points a game and 7 boards.
You're going to have some help inside on that.
And Coach Perry says, give me a quick timeout to kind of get things straight, because right now the Scots are doing the thing on the baseline. Biggest lead of the ball game's 11.
Yeah, Coach Perry's got to get his guys to settle down. I think that last shot that they took on the outside was too quick. The 2 times before that, they worked it and got wide open 15-footers.
Here's what we've seen so far, Coach. First 2 weeks of district play. Jesuit a big win, and Jesuit really likes to run the ball up and down the court. They're very quick. Skyline, on the other hand, with their 2-point win over Nimitz. Skyline this year, and also in years past, as I understand, they're very deliberate. They like to keep the score down, and Nimitz thought that was one they could have won. Mack off to a great start, couple of wins, beating Sunset and Turner, probably the two easiest teams to beat, so they beating the teams they're supposed to beat.
Yeah, still early, and you know, you're still filling each other out, and you just got to get your team to settle down and run what you know is going to be effective for you, and get the kids to believe in that.
All right, so after the quick timeout, Coach Perry sets up an offensive play as the Tigers have it. Thomas over to Allen, back to Thomas. Thomas, another little fadeaway jumper. Fights hard for the board, but Lonte brings it back down. Over to Smith. The feed and the hoop by Michael Scott. Michael now with 10 points. An official's timeout after the play as Leyva might have got hit afterwards. But look at Smith feed over to Scott, just finishing off, and I think he got elbowed and got caught up underneath. Those elbows and fingers seem to find a way to your eyes when you're out there playing ball.
And that hurts.
Yes, Thomas left alone, thought about the three-pointer. Goes up, misses. Cooks had his shot missed a little bit. We got some bodies flying, and a foul will be called against Nimitz. Scott just making him miss. Cooks, same thing. They're just so tall.
And it's hard against going that size. It's going to, you know, it's in your mind as you're getting ready to shoot that ball. That big guy's got his hands there, you know, so you alter your shot a little bit, and that can greatly affect it.
DeQuinton Thomas will sit down. He's the one that was charged with that foul just then. Off the bench is Chaco. Real productive first half for the Vikings. Tigers need a spark offensively. Those jump shots need to start falling. Get the rhythm going, get them back in the ball game.
And then they've also got to stop Nimitz's break.
Leyva. Perla. Power move, and there is Scott to clean things up. Coast to coast. Kiss off the glass and in for Jenkins. He now has 10 points tonight. Bounce pass lost by Cooks and a blocking foul. Maybe Jared Jenkins. Nope, they called it on Delonte Scott, number 11.
Irving inside has to see sometimes there's a big guy there, let me dish it back out and let them get a wide open shot instead of forcing it too much.
Whitmore in, Leyva out for Irving. 15-point Viking lead. Cooks, nice hustle. And Diaz is now in for the Tigers. And a block. Boy, tell me if you've heard this before, where the guys inside are doing the number. Might have got away with the walk.
A little contact going in too, so.
Yeah. Michael was there waiting. Three-pointer missed by Whitmore. Nimitz will keep possession.
I think they'll keep working to get those little 15-footers that they were hitting, and then maybe come back to the three.
Sorto, number 32, in for the Vikings. Jenkins is going to be a recipient of a foul. Whitmore, number 2, a pair of twos going against each other. And the baseline, Chaka. Cooks is there for the board. Knocked out of bounds. It will be Irving's ball. Vikings have won three times, 3 straight years here at Irving Gym. They're trying to go for their 4th in a row. We showed you the series and how Nimitz has been fairly successful against these Tigers the last 3 or 4 years. Thomas, nice running jumper there, lays it in. 11 points for Kevon. And he's keeping this team within striking distance. Ball slapped away, good defense by Whitmore. Michael Scott way outside. Bounce pass, left open. He had the drive by Jenkins, just couldn't connect. Here comes Thomas again. Thomas draws the foul. It'll be a 2-shot foul as he goes to the line. And you know, it's pretty much going to be Kevon, I think, to carry the mail, at least at this point in time, for Irving High. He seems to be the only one that can make things happen.
At this point in the first half, Irving already had 10 fouls. Now they have 2, so the fouls has calmed down just a little bit.
Yeah, first half, Nimitz 8 out of 15 from the free throw line. Irving had only gone to the free throw line 3 times in that first half, and it was Thomas every time, and he had 1 out of 3 then. So 23-35, you see the score. Sorto against Cooks, and they kick it out to Michael Scott. Michael says, if no one's going to go on me, I'll just dribble around a little bit. Chaco against Thomas. Lost the ball on the baseline. Most times you see it a lot where you bounce it off your foot.
Oh, yeah. In too big a hurry trying to penetrate, and it just kind of goes the wrong way for you there.
Thomas again.
Altering that shot, you know, penetrating. He has to put it up a little bit too high.
Sorto is trying to hit Jenkins or Smith. The turnovers, that'll make you lose your hair or turn it gray. One or the other, I guess, as a coach.
I like me a little bit of both.
Thomas for 3. Missed everything. Rebound, nicely done. Perla with his first 2 points in the ball game comes at a good time. 10-point Viking lead. Will they hold it for the final shot? You're up by 10, clock's on your side. Ball's knocked out of his hands by Whitmore.
Jenkins was going to go for it. He does a good job penetrating.
You know, if you can get Thomas out of the game and screen him off, you miss out on the quickness. Inbound play, count it. Michael going to the free throw line. He just works his way free. Nothing really fancy about that.
Just a little cross screen. They didn't play it. Didn't cover it correctly. You got to play defense inside out on those.
Scott already with 12 points. He averages 8 with 8 boards a ball game. And I think for this team, the more they can get the Scott brothers involved, the farther they can go.
Oh, yeah. They're going to alter shots inside, and you got to get them, you know, scoring a few points, getting some offensive rebounds, putbacks.
Cooks will sit down, and Michael goes for the 3-point play and can't get that to fall. Tigers probably will air this one out, hoping to make it a 10-point game with a quarter to go. Thomas waiting for his coach. His coach is telling Perla to go low post. Davalos. And that's it. So we have finished 3, headed for 4. Our score, Nimitz 37, Irving 25. Back with the final quarter in a moment. right, just a few moments away from the fourth and final quarter. While we take a break, let's talk about a player, coach, you're familiar with, and that is Marquez Haynes, who played at Nimitz and Irving, signed with Boston College, and later on finished his collegiate career at UTA, where he was named an All-American. He's played overseas in Italy, France, Germany, Spain, everywhere. Currently playing in Israel, and also plays in the Euro League, the top professional league that's outside of the NBA in the world. And as a player, I guess you could, as a coach and seeing a player like Haynes, you knew this guy had a lot of talent.
Oh, yeah. We knew that. Marquez came to Nimitz as a freshman, and he's just an all-around ball player. Good kid, good student, hustled, shot the ball well. He just did it all. And it'd be a shame if he'd been a little bit bigger than he was. He played bigger, but I remember watching him play in college when he was at Boston College. He looked tiny out there compared to those guys.
Right. Hard to put that in perspective until you put him on a court with the guys that are really big. But
oh, yeah.
This shows you how much talent is out there. But to his credit, to still get a paycheck, might not be in America, but somewhere else. He's.
Oh, yeah. Again, anytime you get paid to play a sport that you love, and get to see the world in the process, you can't beat that.
See the world without joining the Navy.
Yeah.
Vikings trying to double team. Jenkins called at the foul. Jenkins and Smith both getting in the face of Kevon, who took offense to that.
I expect a little of this in a game of play.
At one point or the
other.
other.
Oh, yeah.
Usually, if it's not a close game, it usually happens toward the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
One side gets a little frustrated with how things are going.
Yeah, you have to control that, though.
Chaka, outlet to Jenkins. Nice feed to Smith.
That's a good job. Good hustle. Jenkins did a good job keeping the ball in play. Got it back in the middle, and they got 2 points out of it.
Good teamwork. Started with Chaka with the turnover and then the assist. Cooks misses that one. Chaka the bounce pass to Jenkins. Almost a carbon copy, and he is going to be fouled, a blocking foul by Cooks, as Jenkins goes strong to the hoop.
He just didn't get set in time. Tried to stop his penetration, but couldn't get there in time. I don't think Irving wants Nimitz to be running like this.
No. Jenkins misses the front end of 2 free throws. It was a Nimitz 3-point lead after 1 quarter, a 6-point lead after 2, and 12 up after 3. Now 14 trying to go for 15. Missed both ends. Scott with the rebound. Sordo with Chaka. And they just come back out and reload.
You hate for a team to get an offensive rebound off a free throw. You just wasted it. You should already be in position to block out. Looks like Nimitz is running maybe some kind of stunts, which now that you can leave once the ball leaves his hand, it's a lot easier to run stunts over there. And those used to be exciting. I used to like those when we could do them.
Well, at the 14-point lead, you can try all sorts of things, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a little easier to do something.
Michael's going to be called for travel.
Yeah. I wondered if he was going to call that.
You see the smile on his face. Okay, you caught me. Well, the Tigers have a lot of catching up to do. These last 2 games here have been really close. And in those games, you get a team that finds a streak, as Sordo fouls Thomas. Whether it be the Vikings or I've seen many a times the Coach Perry-led team catches fire. They start hitting those threes from the outside, and the next thing you know, they're back in the ball game.
Yeah, if they can just get some good shots off.
They've really had to work for everything they could muster tonight.
Yeah, Nimitz been doing a good job limiting their shots.
Kevon misses both, but they get it back. For three, missed by Allen. Smith over to Michael Scott. I mean, they can take all the time they want.
Yeah, time's on their side right now, so they can run when they have the chance, and if not, work it and work for a good shot.
They can play catch. They can just play patty cake for 5 minutes if they want to.
Yeah, as a coach, I was always afraid to kind of stall it. Work for a good one. Just be patient. If a good one comes, take it. If you miss it, it's just part of the game. But you don't want to run it too fast and take a bad shot.
You ever have a team do that against you? Just hold on to it for a minute or two at a time?
Yeah, and that's frustrating.
Rebound, Chaka. Jenkins, and he pulls back. And then spins, turns. Can't get the bounce. There's Michael Scott. Just went right over the back of the defender. Made it look really easy.
Yeah, when you've got the size, it's easy to do that.
Michael Scott called for the foul.
And Perla was trying to block him out a while ago. He just didn't get him blocked out far enough.
No. 14 for Michael. Might be one of his highest scoring games. He had 6 against Skyline. His brother against Jesuit had 16. Delonte did. Allen with the front end of a 2-shot foul. Cooks and Perla take a breather. Delonte Scott comes back in, and Sordo takes a break for Nimitz.
Put another 5 minutes to play. Irving's just got to work the ball and got to hit some shots.
Second into that free throw is missed. Jenkins goes inside to Delonte. He's been on the bench a while. From the corner, Jenkins with the 3 ball. 13 for Jenkins, right about his average.
18-point lead now.
Running shot missed. Choice can't hit the 3 ball. Corner shot for 3. There's the rebound, missed. Chaka there, and he goes strong to the hoop. Delonte missing that follow-up slam. What would you tell a player if he goes up for the slam and misses it?
So don't do that again.
Not a lot of yelling and screaming.
It depends on the situation. If it's one that they really needed, you jump on and say, you got to put that thing in. If it's not, I've had
If
kids.
you're up by 20, then
Yeah.
then you just shake your head.
Say, hey, put that thing in. Sometimes you got to say, hey, good job. Try for that. You don't want to be afraid to try to go up and get that.
Chaka 3 for 3 from the line. 20-point Viking lead. Thomas for 3. Their shooting percentage has got to be very low.
Irving's just not shooting well tonight.
Well, double T by both Michael Scott and Diaz. Just some friendly conversation about where they were going to eat after the ball game, I'm sure.
Yeah. We're going to Jack in the Box or McDonald's. Huh?
Yeah. It was Jack in the Box when I was in high school. And yes, they had a Jack in the Box when I was in high school.
I don't think they did when I was. At least not close to where I live. So, double technical foul, right?
Yep.
He's going to get the ball out of bounds.
Diaz talking to Michael's brother, Delonte. both chuckling a little bit. Meanwhile, before all of that transpired, there was a foul against Allen, and Daniel Allen has fouled out with 4 points. And the junior will miss the rest of the game. And now we got a timeout by Irving.
To me,
and while we got a chance here, let's talk about how these games have gone in the past. The last 2 years, it's come right down to the final shot. First of all, Jared Jenkins, who in 2013, look at that little faller. He was a freshman, the game winner, 47-46. Last year, Cobb and Coffey. Jenkins gets to the basket in the lane for the closing seconds with the game tied. And Nimitz ends up with a three-point win, 51-48. Exciting times for the Viking fans at those last 2 ball games. As you take a look at the junior, you got one more year. You know, when you play as a freshman, it's like you have them forever, Coach.
oh yeah, you like those kinds. You know they keep coming back.
Like the Scots, they've been around, but this will be their last hurrah. Michael will go to the free throw line. Making the front end of 2. Right now he's right at 50% and above it. 4 out of 6 from the free throw line.
He's never shooting a little better this half, free throws. Never shot as many.
It's not as many, no. They've gone to the free throw line 8 times, 5 out of 8.
5 out of 8.
Kind of almost like what they were in the first half. Just a smidgen over 50%. Traveling call that time against the Tigers.
And what do you know if they hit the shot afterwards?
Yeah.
You know, they've been missing all of them, and they get that and hit the shot. But
some fresh faces coming in for Nimitz. Both the Scott boys will take a breather. Iki, the freshman, number 24 in there. Also Moreno in, and we've got a foul, offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
Charged against Nimitz. .319 to go and a 22-point lead, and that has Coach Donaldson throwing some guys out there that he usually doesn't.
Yeah, get some kids some playing time. You know, it may come in handy later. You hate to throw a kid out there in a game that's close, you know, it's because you need them if they've never been out there.
Kuiper and Wright now playing the guards. Kevon misses the first, gets his own rebound, kicks it in the corner. Williams back out to Choice, inside to Cooks, triple teamed. Choice thought about it, but that was a long shot. Kevon forces the issue and draws the foul.
Had Pearl open underneath, but it was kind of a dangerous pass to try to make.
We got Wright in, we got Moreno in, Kuiper in, Iki in. All for Nimitz as Thomas hits the first. Trying to bring it back down to 20 and does so. He has 14. Leyva comes in and Perla will sit down. Coach Perry only has 4 guys on the bench that he can go with. One is already fouled out. Corner shot. The bench wanted him to go for 3, and it's made by Wright. He gets the 3 ball, and the place goes crazy. Always likes to see the guys that don't get a lot of playing time come in off the bench and light it up.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting for those. Feel good as a coach, a kid that works hard and finally get a chance to play him a little bit. I'd like to see him have some success. You also want to be able to see when they come in, how are they going to react? Are they going to go hully-gully, or are they going to play the way we want to play?
I wonder where that terminology, hully-gully, came from. We use that all the time.
I don't know. It's one of those old ones.
Choice at the line, his first. 51-29. No look in the corner to right and a travel called. I believe Wright took some steps.
Yeah, Irving putting the pressure on him, trying to, of course, these younger guys or inexperienced guys to make some mistakes, which they do.
Wright loses, ball's loose. Vikings up with it. Here comes Leyva. Davalos misses. Nimitz in no hurry. They don't need to be.
Oh.
Another 3 ball. Missed. All the starters for the Vikings just really enjoying this moment. Ball tapped around, last touched by Nimitz. Iki, number 24 for the Vikings. You see him right there in the middle. He is the freshman.
Good sized kid for a freshman. That's another good one to know you're going to be having coming back.
The fadeaway is missed. You know, I'm sure that's a tough decision as a coach. You let a freshman play. Iki fights for it. Do you let him play varsity where he doesn't get a lot of playing time, or do you keep him on the freshman team where he gets a lot of playing time?
Yeah, you just have to make that decision. That decide, is it going to be better for him to be up here working out with us, and learning from these Scott kids?
Right.
And
or learning to block plays like that, right?
Yeah. And, getting that experience, it's completely different being on the varsity than it is on the JV. And sometimes you can let them go back and forth.
Unlimited moves.
They can only play so many games, but, you can be careful with that. And get them experience both ways.
Jeffrey Wright, the last 2 points there. So we didn't really know how the Vikings were going to react tonight, knowing that they'd lost their first 2 ball games against probably the 2 of the toughest in the district. MacArthur being part of that conversation, but they played Jesuit and Skyline and played them tough, but here they came in at 0-2.
Yeah, it's got to be a lift for them, knowing, okay, we played 2 of the top teams, and then we'll come back and teams, not the top teams, but we're going to do well. We're going to be all right, not to panic because we just lost 2 games.
Right. And these games are usually close, and we thought we might have another close one on our hands, but Vikings have done the job. Iki. Nicely done for the freshman. He gets his name in the books. Stolen 3, and that'll do it. So the Vikings and the Tigers, their first district loss, and in convincing style, 55-29. Happy Coach Joel Donaldson and his Nimitz Vikings with the win. Stick around. When we come back, we'll have some highlights and some stats and some final thoughts on tonight's ballgame. All right, the Nimitz Vikings victorious 55-29. Head coach Joel Donaldson joins us now. And, well, do you feel a lot better getting that first district win?
I do. It's a good win, especially because it's a rivalry game, and you never really know how your kid's going to react to it. I think we did a good job, especially in the second half. Our kids kind of focused on defense a little bit better and did a good job. I'm pleased with the win.
You got into a situation in the first half. Seemed like a foul every time somebody was going across the timeline.
Yes.
Did you think, oh, man, I got all these free throws I got to worry about?
Well, it's so hard to guard Jenkins. He does a really good job of starting and stopping, so it's hard to stay in front of him. So we know he's going to get fouled, and we know he'll get by people to create help situations. So it's just something we've not shot him free throws real well throughout the year, but it's something I'm not going to harp on him about anymore. I think we'll get better as we go.
If you would have lost by a point, would you have been mad on that three-pointer they didn't give you in the first
I
half?
would have. I talked to the officials. They said they didn't get it. So, that's just the way it goes. They miss them sometimes.
As a former coach at Nimitz, any words of wisdom or questions for your counterpart?
Well, I'm sure you're pleased with the Scots inside. They altered a lot of shots tonight.
Yes, sir. A lot of people, that's exactly right, Coach. Sometimes they don't always get the block shot, but they alter shots, and they also can guard on the perimeter. They're quick for their size, so we're real pleased that they're good weapons to have. I'm excited. The only thing I don't like about them is I won't have them again next year.
Yeah.
Well, you still have plenty of district games left, and the kids have got to feel pretty good after winning tonight.
Sure. We played two. We opened up with two really tough teams and on the road and in the very winnable games. So. We're excited about the second half of district. If we get this first half over, we're excited about what's coming up. I think this team is we have a lot of character, really good kids, and I really enjoy coaching this bunch. So I think we have a chance to really be good down the stretch.
Real quick, Coach.
You like to push the ball down the floor a lot, right?
We do.
Yeah, I know that. I don't think Irving really wanted you to do that.
Exactly.
But once you got doing that, you're hard to stop.
Right. Jared is a really good guard. He's tough to guard. So we try to take advantage of his skills and athletic ability.
All right. Good luck in the future.
Thank you.
All right,
Good luck,
Coach Donaldson and the Nimitz Vikings and victorious tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights and talk about pushing that ball up the court. There they are in the second half. That combination of Jenkins and Smith for 2 points there. Another bounce pass. This one to Michael Scott. He had a good game underneath in the baseline. And also his brother Delonte with a nice power move off the window there for 2 points. And then one more time the follow-up. And the 2 points there by Delonte, who came on strong in the second half. For the Irving Tigers, they had to scratch and claw for everything they could get, including Perla with the 2 points and the offensive rebound. And Thomas, he was Mr. Offense tonight for the Irving Tigers. They just didn't have enough offense to get things going for them. You see the Scott with 16, Jenkins 13. Terry Smith had 9, and you see the rest. Samson Chaco had a good game. Kevon Thomas, he was their offensive firepower. Besides that, everyone else really struggled for the Irving Tigers. The Tigers, though, 2-1 in district play now. The Nimitz Vikings now 1-2. And as you heard Coach Donaldson say, he feels really good about his team and feels good that they can go on and make things happen for the rest of the season. Final thoughts, Coach?
Yeah, Nimitz is going to be exciting to watch, with the size inside and the ability to push the ball. If they keep running the break like they are and penetrating, they're going to be tough. Irving's just got to settle down and hit some shots. I know in the years we always played them, they hit those shots. I don't know what the deal is now. But I'm sure Coach Perry's going to get them going, and they're going to make a strong finish.
Absolutely. Nimitz on the winning side tonight. Don't count MacArthur out. Those guys have got a really good team this year, and we'll see them later on in the season. Well, for GW Melton, I'm Rob Willman. Thanks for watching, everyone. Again, our final, Nimitz 55, Irving 29. We will see you next time on the ICTN Game of the Week.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,